Hear that, guys? It's a bad pump. Alright guys, we're working on this LG front loader. And right now the machine is on its side. So just want to show you an easier way you can change the pump from the bottom. You lay the machine on its back or the side, and you have two pumps. Some models will have one. It just depends on your model. To know which one is your drain, if your washer is not draining, then you'll have to pay attention to your drain hose, which is that tube. So it goes, and it's going to go on top of your pump. So if your gray hose is sitting on top of that pump up top, that'll be your drain. This pump at the bottom is probably a recirculating pump. It sends water up to your dispenser, to that hose. You see that one sitting up top, which should be in the door, so I'll have to fix that. So yeah, so we're gonna dismantle, take the drain pump out from the bottom. I'll keep you posted. First, you want to start by removing that screw and take this piece out. And behind it, you'll have two screws. All right, guys, it's one of the screws. I took one out, and that's the other one right there. Don't lose it. Now that's pretty much free from the front. Probably should have laid it on the opposite side so I can work down instead. So I'm gonna flip this thing around. Makes it easier. All right, guys, so we're in here now. And again, your drain hose, also that little black tube, that is also connected to your drain pump. Okay, and of course, that gray one I was talking about, that's your drain hose. That goes all the way up and is connected to your drain for at your house. All right, so you'll have this tab, okay, to extract this pump. See that tab? You have to push that tab in, okay, and you should be able to pull this pump out. Okay, see that? Now we gotta get to the bottom of that. You got some Phillips screws, so you gotta disconnect that clamp and also your clamp for your drain, just so you can get full access, and then this whole thing will come out. Disconnect those, mark where they go. You have your left for your black, which is power, and your neutral, which is blue, but you want to make sure that they're connected properly. Sometimes it does matter, the polarity, so make sure you mark those, and the same for the bottom ones. And I will show you how you put the pump on. All right, guys, so now the unit is out, okay? Took it out of there. That black one is your recirculating pump hose, and he goes here. That's your recirculating pump. That's big one here is this, okay? That's your main drain, whatever water comes out of the tub. And this is your drain pump, okay? That's where the water drains out. And that little tube, okay? Where's it at? There it is. That one right there. That is that tube that you can drain the washer slowly. That's that little bitty one right there. So now, a couple things. If this is your first time doing this, you want to mark the location. Okay, pay attention to how the pump is sitting, and then you want to do a mark on both of the pumps, or put a mark there, okay? Because you want to make sure that your holes line back up, because you're going to be removing one screw, two screws, and you're going to have another screw back there. And that white cover, it comes off. It protects the pump. If your other pump, if it doesn't fit, you're fine. But we're going to remove those Phillips screws, and then we're going to slide the pump back together. So pay attention to the orientation, because you want to make sure your wires and everything will connect back, and it has to sit in a certain position. Alright guys, so we have our old pump. Okay, you see how you can turn that impeller? It's all wiggly. Look at that. Okay, here's a new one. See that? You can't move it. And look, when you try to turn it, you're gonna have a lot of resistance. See that? That's a good pump. So, signs to look for. Also, if you hear your machine making a weird noise when it's in drain, that means you'll know for sure, because your washer won't be draining. But just another tip. All right, guys. Another tip here. Just want to tell you. So you can put a mark on where the screws are going to go. You have 3 screws, and if you notice, there are 2 holes location on this pump. So you just put a mark where this screw is going to go in here. Pretty much you want to mark them to where they were, so that you don't actually go into the wrong place. And also mark your position again, so that the orientation is correct. Last thing is to make sure that seal, okay, that's a seal right there, that has to be there. So if that's missing, you're gonna leak. If you don't have one there, look for it. You can always use the old one. Just clean it, make sure no debris or anything's on it. All right. All right, guys, we are done. Wires in. All the lines are connected. Just check, make sure nothing is binding on anything. Everything looks good. I will have to move. There's a line that was hanging. This guy here, we need to move him and tuck him in front of the door. So I will do that. I think that's good back there. Everything looks good. And in the front, you got your screws, 2 screws behind that, up top, and then 1 at the bottom. That's your small drain. And now all you have left is that. And we're done. All right, guys, that's one way of doing it. Versus taking off the entire front, and then you still have to do that step. So by doing this, you totally eliminate the entire front. And with the video, it's, how to do the video, it's a pretty straightforward repair. All right, thanks for watching. That's your pump. She's pumping nicely. Letting some water in. More water. No leaks. Now we're going to do a drain. Well, it's going to wash first. That's your agitation. It's gonna go the other way. Now it's gonna drain. Sorry, that's your recirculating pump. So that circulates the water up. Now we're gonna hit the drain. All right.